Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Monday, October 22nd, the year 2012. How to fix the elections continued, or part 2. The way it works now is, in the primaries, if you're a Democrat, you get to vote for the Democrat. If you're a Republican, you get to vote for the Republican. And then the winners of the respective primaries meet face to face, they have their debates, they run for election. But there's a problem with that. The problem is the people who are elected are supposed to represent everybody, not just their party. And so what happens is that the winning person usually gets put up again for re-election by his party. In fact, in most cases, they go unchallenged. Well, my solution is that in the primaries, is that everybody gets to vote either for or against the person up for re-election. So for example, since Obama's running for re-election, in the Democratic primary, you'd have people voting yes for Obama or no. And if the no's win, then he can't run for re-election. Now think about it before you just poo-poo the idea. Once again, the person running is running to represent the entire country, not just their respective party. So if they get elected and the majority of the country doesn't feel they did the job, then they should have a say-so. And wouldn't that be fair? And think of the ramifications. If Obama got beat in the primary, then somebody else would have to come up, step up. Now, what would have to happen is that if you weren't a Democrat, you get one vote. You could either vote for the person being reelected or against them. If you are a Democrat, you get 2 votes. You get your number 1 pick and your number 2 pick. That way, if Obama in this case got knocked out in the primary because more people voted no than yes, then whoever came in second, that would be that. In this case, that would be the Democratic candidate, that party's candidate. I had to think about that one for a second. Now, you might think, oh, that's too complicated. Actually, no, it's simple. If you're a registered Democrat, you get 2 votes. You get to vote for 2 people to put up. If you're not a registered Democrat in this case, you get 1 vote. You can either vote, yes, I want this person to run again, or no, I don't want this person to get the job. Because you could only vote for or against somebody who's going to get reelected. And that should go also for congressmen and senators. And what this would do would be give we the people the power. We would have the power then to say who's going to run the show. Because as it stands now, these career politicians keep getting reelected because nobody in their party is going to runs against them. So once they get in, it's kind of like it's not even a race. I don't even know what you would call it. A cakewalk? I mean, shouldn't they have to earn it? Shouldn't they have to have the respect of the people, not just their party? Because you could say, well, everybody gets to vote in the main election, the general election, but is that really what we're talking about? Because in this case, we've got Obama, and we've got a lot of people who don't want Obama as president. I don't know if that's the majority or not. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. But those people that don't want Obama, they can't agree if they should vote for Romney or Paul or Johnson or whoever. And so they're divided. They're split. They all are on the same page as far as not wanting Obama to be president. We don't want him to be reelected. But these people, we just can't seem to agree on which candidate to back. Because some people will back Romney, and some people are going to back Ron Paul, and some people are going to back Johnson. But if all these people could vote against Obama in the primary, he might not be running for re-election right now. And that's what we need. Because as it stands, these tyrants, once they get in, they're almost impossible to get out. They're like cockroaches. So we the people, we need to wake up and smell the tyranny.